This is my final post on is yelling the new smacking. We've looked at the buttons that children can easily push and how yelling is one of the first things that so many people grab now. We looked at the humiliation button, the unheard button, the overwhelmed button, and now we want to talk about how we're going to downgrade those buttons or remove them. This is the process of removing a button or downgrading an unbearable feeling. Number one, you've got to identify what your button is. Number two, you're going to need to get the help to get the truth coaches, the deep persuaders, to downgrade that unbearable feeling, to convince the mind that it is no longer unbearable. You're going to need to meditate on those truth coaches consistently and regularly until they become part of your new way of thinking, which gives you choice. And then you're going to have to dare to believe the truth coaches you have against the strong feelings that cause you to overreact. And then you're going to have to do the opposite. Once you can do that, you've finally got that button out of the way. So I'm just going to give you an example of one of those for the sake of time, but I'm going to attach a file with the other two buttons that we've talked about, with some truth coaches for you to start with, some names of counsellors, giving credit to David Rulz, who is the inventor of truth coaches, and he is the dean of the Living Wisdom School in Nelson, New Zealand. Truth coaches are what My Life Rulz is all about, and that's how we operate, is to renew the mind. If you know about neuroplasticity, you know that the mind can be renewed, it can be changed, and it can be reprogrammed where there's a virus. Truth coaches are not positive thinking when they hit the bruise, and we need to dig around to find the right truth to hit the bruise for the right person in the right situation. So let's take the unheard button and just give you some examples of truth coaches and how you can actually fast track your progress, which is doing the opposite. So the first one here for truth coaches for the unheard button is just feeling unheard or disobeyed doesn't automatically make it true. On this issue, my feelings are usually lying to me. Number two, so what if I'm unheard or disobeyed? It may not be my children's problem, it could be mine. Number three, I can start with working on me before I dump onto them. Number four, the angrier I'm feeling, the more quietly I need to speak, and even the more slowly. Feeling unheard or disobeyed isn't the monster my mind is making it. My job is to train them firmly but gently to hear and obey. Calm verdict parenting is what it's all about. So that's an example of some truth coaches. If one of them stood out in particular for you, then that's the one that you really need to start with, but you'll need more than one. Here's an example of fast tracking your progress. Stop and paraphrase your child. Stop and listen to their perspective and coach yourself through all the feelings that you hate. Talk slowly and quietly when feeling frustrated. Allow your child to give you time out when you raise your voice. You should get the same consequence that you give them when they yell. Give your child permission to walk away from you when you raise your voice. That's a way to fast track your progress. So thank you very much for joining me on this bit of a journey on yelling and smacking and damaging children's trust. Don't forget to have a look at the My Life Rulz YouTube channel for more information. Stay posted for our next series in another couple of months, and there will be a sale on the My Life Rulz books coming up at some point before the end of the year, so keep an eye on that. All the best in your most powerful and difficult job, training your children. It's not for cowards. It's time to upskill and become the adult that your children can respect.